So as a lot of you guys know, I'm libertarian. I've voted libertarian many times. You know, I just believe it's the closest to my personal values, if you will, as far as just putting individual freedom and liberty above all else, and basically letting people live their lives how they want to live with as little government interference as possible. That's kind of what I believe. And I'm also the guy who, on many occasions, has told you, hey, look, you live in a state that's going to go blue anyway. You live in a state that's going to go green anyway. Your vote really doesn't matter that much, so why don't you take the opportunity to not vote for one of the two large parties, the lesser of two evils, and vote third party. Let's build a strong third party. And I really do agree with that. I think that's a really good way to help build a third party. But as I was sitting here just yesterday and thinking about things, and I was watching some videos online, and I was you know, just going through some of the news stories of the day and looking about all the things that they're saying about the election coming up here in just 2 days. Everybody, both sides, talking about election fraud and who's going to steal what election, and just everything that's going on. And people are talking about how if this election, you know, can't be decided on Tuesday or even Wednesday or Thursday, what's going to happen? You know, who's going to decide this election? Is it going to go to the Supreme Court? How are we going to determine who's actually won the election? We don't know. And I just had a quick little thought. If this really is a contested election, if this really is an election where we don't have a definitive answer by Wednesday morning, by the 4th, and this either goes to the Supreme Court or something happens, and we don't have a clear answer, and there needs to be a determination made on who wins this election, one thing might actually be taken into consideration when determining who wins. And that one thing could actually be the popular vote. And if that actually is the case, then your vote really does matter. Even if you live in California, your vote for potentially Donald Trump does matter. Even if you live in Texas, your vote for Joe Biden does matter. I'm not encouraging people to vote for Joe Biden. I don't like Joe Biden. But I think we might actually be getting into a specific election where your specific vote matters beyond just some number that affects electors. It could potentially be used for something that could help determine who actually wins the race aside from our electoral college. Now, I don't know that for sure. I don't know how this plays out. This may play out completely 100% normally. We wake up Wednesday morning or maybe even Tuesday night. We know exactly who has won. All votes have been counted. There is no doubt. Biden or Trump, whatever it is, we know for sure 100%. There is no contesting the election. There is no contesting the results. The results are clear. But if not, I want to encourage you to maybe not be lazy this year, as so many of us have so many times before. There's been plenty of times I've been lazy. Even in my adult life when I've started to care, there have been times where I'm like, I just don't want to go because maybe I just don't care enough, or maybe I don't like the choices, or whatever it is. But I would encourage you to do so this time, because I do think we are potentially entering an election, a presidential election here in 2020, where your vote might actually matter.